Welcome to Advertising Champions, your go to destination for insights into the dynamic world of advertising. I'm Tony Stanol, and today we're with Milena Prinzi, who is the founder of Food versus Evil. Welcome, Milena.
Thank you for having me, Tony. Very excited to be here with you today.
Now, it's a very interesting name, and your business is a digital content platform. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes,
And
and
what
the
what
name,
what? I'm sorry, I'm interested in your background leading up to this, and then we'll tell us all about Food versus Evil.
yes. So I'm originally from Colombia, and I came to New York year 2000, and with big plans and everything. And soon after, was 9/11, and everything shifted. The world shifted, but especially New York. And I wanted to try to pivot because I was originally trying to do production. And production for film and TV was one of the industries that took a pause during that time. It just felt quite insensitive to keep going and to have all these big movie sets and everything. So I had a journalism background, and I said, what can I do that I can do anywhere? And digital media was just beginning at that time. And I was quite interested in the whole world of food and the policy about food and the food industry. And I decided that that's something that I wanted to do. At the same time, took the time to go back to school, get my master's degree, and then just to see what options were there. And I immediately kind of transitioned in digital media. And and that's how everything came to be. I stay in digital media, content, digital marketing, um, editorial, and that's what has been my career since year 2000.
Got it. Now, what type of content do you produce?
So I have worked with every single industry. I started doing print and magazines, everything from like breaking news to lifestyle. So I have produced content finance. I have produced all different types of content for different industries.
Hmm. Got it. And your range is the U.S. and Latin America. Is that correct? Not just the U.S.
Exactly. So I have been able to I have a career not just in the US, but also in LATAM, and I being able to launch digital platforms in Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil, and Colombia, which
Wow.
is where I'm originally from.
Right, right. And you specially focus on the target audience of millennials, people born, what is that, in the 80s and 90s?
Yes, well, no. So the millennials will be like, yeah, like from 19, like 80, early 80s, 90s. Yes, that's my audience. There was a time here, probably around mid 2000s, that the millennial audience became like the biggest niche. And a lot of platforms started to focus on that demographic and that market because they were the ones with the purchasing power. They were the ones active in the workforce, and there were very little publications that were dedicated to their needs, and so I decided to focus on that market.
Right. And a lot of the content you produce, uh, going back to the name Food versus Evil, is about wellness and what and good for you eating.
Exactly. So it's all about healthy living, wellness. It was one of the early publications that was focusing on that. At the time, I was working for Weight Watchers International, and I learned a
Mm,
lot about the obesity problem in this country, the food waste. And I really was, we have so many limitations in the content department of what we could discuss or talk about. And I was so passionate about that topic because we are what we eat. And I felt like I couldn't get like all my juices running. And I decided to launch the platform, and it started just being a blog. That's how it started. It was just a blog. It was just like a continuation of the things that I was researching and the articles. But due to the content calendar that we had, we just couldn't really touch a lot of those topics. And that platform just gave me that space and allowed me to have that voice to share. And then, it was getting a lot of interest and a lot of traction. And then it slowly was evolving into the platform that is right now, which is basically healthy living, and it have different verticals in there, so it's not just mainly about food.
Great. Well, thanks for being with us today, Milena. And people
Thank
can
you so
find
much.
you at foodvevil.com. Is that your website?
Yes,
Great. Have yourself a good day.
you too. Thank you, Tony.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Advertising Champions. You can find this episode and others like it on dailynewsnetwork.com. And we'll see you next time.
We've been around for 16 years, working with clients, with thousands of clients. We're working with agencies to be able to scale them and grow them and provide them services that would cost them way more than it would for them to do it themselves. Anything oriented around lead generation, video creation, web design, we're full service, so we can really serve most people.